So one of the I've been meaning to talk about this because it's been going on for like a week. Um, People who say that you have changed, you know, we're supposed to change. No, we're not. If we're flowers and trees, we're always gonna be flowers and trees, right? Correct? I'm always gonna be a flower. I'm always gonna be a tree. So let me give you an example. African daisies. Wow. Damn. African daisies, when they're in the shade, their petals don't open. They close up. But if they're in the sun, their petals open, right? So say I planted an African daisy under a shady tree. That daisy would never open up. So if you put a African daisy under a shady tree, it would never open up. We are not changing. Saying somebody changed is actually a gaslight. I didn't mean to say this for like a week, bro. But I seen another one with it, and when somebody says, "Oh, you changed," and we acknowledge that we did, it is basically acknowledging, yeah, no, I never did know myself when you did. You did. You are exactly the same. You just moved your African daisy from under the shady tree and into the sunlight. So now you can clearly see its petals. Why do I say that? Why am I so against people saying you changed or accepting that you have changed? Because most of us have been saying certain rhetorics for our whole life. Most of us have been doing the same type of studying and been into this stuff, not for just 2 years. We didn't just pop up on tarot land in 2018, just starting out, and we never studied anything. No, some of us have been doing this our whole lives. Okay. And so when you see me acting differently, and I'm not always acting at my best, just the other day, or not just the other day, just last night, I did some crazy shit and called the man of the hour and cussed him out over the course of 3 voicemails and 3 messages on his Facebook. Triggered. See, triggers don't go away unless you work on them. Just because you're ignoring it or you're not doing something that's causing your triggers doesn't mean that you have healed it. Okay? So I haven't been dealing with the man of the hour for some time. So therefore, I wouldn't have those triggers, and I haven't called him and I haven't cussed him out in a really long while. Okay? But I don't know what happened. There's something he said triggered me. I don't even know. I'm still trying to investigate what that is. But that is something that is within me. I haven't changed nothing. I've healed some things. I've gotten away from environments that caused me to be in a constant state of trigger, When my cousin and I got into a disagreement, she had said to me that I just want to be in an argument with somebody. And I'm like trying to figure out, like, who do I be arguing with? Like, I literally only argue with my baby dads. I don't be out in public fighting people. I've never been that way. Never. I am not one of those people that be out in public arguing with the cashier, a Karen. I've never been that way. So when she said that, it's interesting. Where did you get that? Where did you get that idea of me that I do that? Because you've never seen me. I have a cousin that constantly is in fights, and she's over 35. Maybe. I don't even know how old that bitch is anymore. The minute I left them, I stopped worrying about all that shit. The shit that they say is important. You don't even remember my birthday? You don't remember how old I am? I instantly stopped remembering, right? So she might be 35. If I'm 33, then she might be, she's the same age. She might be just turning 35, okay? She's the type of chick that be beating people up in the club. She's the type of chick that gets in trouble in Job and Family Services when she gets in a fight with a staff member. She's the type of person that when her stuff gets stolen or something, she call her goons and her goons come beat people up. That's the type of person she is, okay? The other one goes and has specific orders when she goes and orders stuff and being super pretentious like she's a millionaire. No. And if one little thing is off, she's going to cuss the whole store out about it. Okay, that's wrong. No, I've never been that way. I'll just eat it. Now, the other day I went to McDonald's and I asked for spicy chicken with cheese, no tomato. I got a original chicken with cheese, no tomato. Well, that's not what I wanted, so I went back and I asked, can I get, this is what I ordered. I ordered a spicy chicken with cheese, no tomato. I get it. It's a spicy chicken with tomato. I just took the tomatoes off and ate it. But I've never been one of conflict. Why was I going to go up there for now a third time? And I know she did it on purpose. That's the thing that really pissed me off. She did it on fucking purpose because everybody knows who the fuck I am. So they like to do those small things to inconvenience me to see what I'll do. Absolutely fucking nothing because I'm not confrontational and never have been. I haven't changed at all. I have not changed at all. All right. So then let's see. What's another thing that you want to act like I changed? I'm promiscuous. I'm actually not. On average, I date about 4 people a year. Person per season. Sometimes that average gets a little higher. And actually, I often say it's 8 people a year, but it's actually not. It's 4 new people a year and 4 people carried on from the past. So I'm not actually dating or sleeping with 8 new people a year. And 4 people a year is a person a season. That's 3 months, 4 months. Is that actually promiscuous? Doesn't everybody do that? I think 4 is a pretty round number. It's the fact that I'm sleeping with 8 people in a year. And 4 of them, again, are people that are carried from the past. Meaning this is a long-term situation that I'm dealing with. I'm not actually promiscuous. Promiscuous is when you don't even know who your baby dad is. And all 3 times I knew because I'm not promiscuous. And so now that I've figured out what the fuck is wrong with me and I don't want to actually date anybody, all I do is not fuck. And that doesn't mean that I changed because I wasn't promiscuous to begin with. You see, I have not changed. Being celibate, going from dating 4 people in a year to being celibate does not mean that I've changed because I wasn't actually promiscuous. See, promiscuity is actually when you're having unsatisfactory sexual relations with a whole bunch of people because you have self-esteem issues, okay? So if I have a bunch of, I have a bunch of partners because I've been raped repeatedly. One time with a person that said they were going to take me on a date. I wasn't going there to have sexual relations. The discomfort and the dissatisfaction with my sexual preferences and partners is because they're raping me, not because I'm picking them and choosing them and having willful sex with them and not feeling satisfied because it's something I did because I have low self-esteem. That's 2 different things. The people that I chose, that I actually liked and wanted to have sex with, I was very satisfied and I went on about my life. But for that amount of people that were in my pants that weren't supposed to be there, it's because they forced themselves on me. There's a difference. I'd never changed. I was just left. So, I'm trying to think of something else that they've said about me that's not true. Therefore, if I had a boyfriend, I'd be loyal to them. And I have been. I haven't actually had a boyfriend, okay? But like, there was a guy that I was seeing and I was seeing him for a whole year. And for that whole year, I did not sleep with anyone else. I had another one that I was doing that. And this happened to me a couple times. And really, when I'm dealing with, like, when I'm dating or whatever, and I'm dealing with those 4 new people or whatever, it's typically these people right here that are the stragglers that come from the previous times. But I had a guy that I was seeing. He actually had a girlfriend. And I knew that I didn't want to be with him, but I also knew that I wasn't going to be sleeping with anybody that was fucking me better at the time. So I only slept with him for a whole year. Even though he had a girlfriend and it wasn't about to be nothing. And I wasn't even worried about the fact that it wasn't about to be anything. I'm loyal. I have not changed. Motherfuckers just didn't want to know me. Someone who's promiscuous is someone who's cheating when they're married. Yeah. I would never do such a thing. Ever. I don't even do it when I don't have a title. None of these men were my boyfriend. And I was freaking trying to be loyal to them. Y'all gotta stop letting people tell you changed. Because it's a gaslight. It's not even true. If you're a tree, you're always a tree. You a flower, you always a flower. You a star, you always a star. You didn't just evolve into that. That's what you was born as. And them motherfuckers been dimming your light, keeping you out of sunlight, you know, keeping you in a pot instead of putting you in the soil. That type of shit. That's what happened. You don't let these motherfuckers tell you that you changed, because wow. I got a whole bunch of cards. None of these really, when I do cards, I just usually do like 12 cards. And I do it by zodiac. So I'll be like, I forget how it goes. Don't quote me on shit. But I typically do 12 cards. So this is what I just got. These were the last 2 to come out. I'll put it right back. The Magician's here, the Devil's here, 2 of Cups is here, Judgment is here, the Star is here. The Star and the Magician are on top of each other right now. King of Swords is out. The King of Swords has a tower. Tower came out. So I am self-fulfilled, is what it says. That's the first one. I am self-fulfilled. Transformation. So a transformation is like a seed turning into the full-grown tree, right? But we were seeds when we were in our mother's womb. Shit, I hate when that happens because I don't know who fell first. But the cards on the floor: Queen of Pentacles, Strength, 4 of Cups, Page of Wands, 7 of Cups. Flip these over. 9 of Swords is in reverse. 3 of Pentacles is in reverse. King of Pentacles. 9 of Cups in reverse. Does that mean you're going to go fast now? Because I'm getting impatient. Yeah. Anyway, so I try to, upright. Always make sure my cards are upright. I don't read cards. This is actually a set of cards that was given to me, right? But when all this started, I was like, oh, I can do that. you know, like I would watch as people are pulling cards and stuff and realizing how they're interpreting it is wrong. Like a lot of people like to interpret the Eight of Swords as self-imprisonment, but it's not. It's actually abuse. And when you get into certain, let me see if I can find it in here. When you get in certain decks, it shows it so much more than maybe the Rider-Waite deck. Hold on, where's it at? So like, you know, I noticed those things, but I was told not to do that. I was taught to do exactly what it is I'm doing on my channel. So rarely do I pull these out. Somebody that's funny. This is funny. I was meant to do this because all the other cards are like this. They're all faced like this. They're all faced this way. This one was faced this way on my deck. So I knew I was supposed to talk about it. Anyway. In this set, I don't even know what this set is. Somebody gave me these cards. And literally the next day, there was somebody that did a reading with this set of cards and brought her name up. But anyway, do you see that her hands are tied? That is not self-imposed. You can't tie your own hands like that. You can't do that. You're captured. And to further my statement, emotional abuse is what this is. If we're speaking like on a spiritual, emotional level, all right? When my last video was literally just talking about emotional rape. And emotional rape is a way to psychologically entrap someone. So, in this deck, it truly shows that Eight of Swords is not self-imprisonment. Because can't nobody tie their hands like that by themselves. I didn't change.